Last time I was able to get out of the cavern, only to immediately jump right back into the center of the earth with the Chasm. And you might notice from the Chasm's positioning that it's very similar looking to the world map levels, which is no coincidence. You can almost think of it as an extension to that because they're all about being abstract levels. No real rhyme or reason to anything that's happening in here, just a black background and anything that you see there. You can almost think of it like if Environmental Station Alpha taught us nothing, it's that pretty much as soon as you get deep enough into the Earth, things become strange. The reality you once knew is replaced by something foreign and unusual. It's also the same for all these keywords that you're going to be introduced to here, for example, all, where you can turn an object into every object. All of them, at once, at all points in time. Water, wall, skull, everything appears there. Not particularly useful for what I'm trying to do. This level is called Rocky Prison, after all. So instead of trying to figure out a way to move the rock, although technically I could do, a little bit of funky stuff with that if I so wanted to just push this through here as well. Although I don't think I'm going to be able to actually push this because it's stop. Yeah. All is a comprehensive keyword. Everything in the entire stage takes on the attributes of all, whether it's turning an object into all or turning all into an object. Predictable, but it also does show you that it affects everything except for text, which is important to know. So if I can't sync that wall, I guess I'll have to join it. And by that, I mean it's going to join me. Cool. Alright, and kind of want to make sure that I don't quite get the win in a weird position. But yes, okay, so it affects everything, and that means that I can make everything into me. That means I can make all is you, which is another way that I might be able to get some good usages out of it later. And it doesn't affect the text, so it doesn't soft lock you anytime you try to transform everything in one way or another. Yeah, sure. Why not? All is the star of the show, after all. Yeah, and the weird way that this entire world is set up, I'm going to be kind of switching between the branches pretty much constantly. Well, that's good. You get to see an equal amount of each one of the new concepts introduced. Oh, yes, and also a different way of doing extra levels. There's just a huge pack of them in the middle here. However, unlike other extra levels, which are kind of somewhat more difficult versions of levels that already exist, those extra levels exist pretty much solely to teach you about a different type of keyword, which is going to be quite fun. Let's just say that. All right, more. I'm sure you can probably guess what's about to happen. Here, let's just go. Rock is defeat, so probably don't want to do that. However, I do want some rocks just to be able to get across this water. Yeah, that'll do it. And don't accidentally kill yourself here, which I was about to do. I don't want to push it down because it's going to get hard to get in that position again, but whatever, this is fine. And there. So the obvious next step is going to be make Baba more. I mean, shift is such an unusual sort of keyword that it's like, of course, what else? What else could you possibly do anyway? It's not like you can push those rocks in there. Rock is defeat, after all. And pushing objects that are pushable against each other also, for example, Baba. And let's just go. Very little choice of what you can actually do here, but it's also supposed to be a tutorial level to kind of introduce you to the concept of more. Overall, this world is going to be a lot of turning things into many, many different things at once. For example, hey, got make. Haven't seen that in a while. Well, I mean, hand is all, but it's a similar concept to make, I guess is what I'm saying. I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. And then we got empty. So I could make all is empty, but that also is going to destroy me. I could make empty is all, which is also a good idea here. Or not. Also, the introduction of black and white levels, which is weird. I don't know what the deal with that is, but it is something that kind of appears in this world a few times. Alright, this is actually a super easy level, which is good because there's very few things you can do here. Now, hand is hand. This means that hand can't be transformed into anything else, so that when all becomes empty, hand can't become empty. Empty is a keyword by itself, so... I mean, empty is not just a word, but it is also an object. It is, like, treated as an object, and everything that entails. So stuff like an object being an object means that it can't not. And if I were to get rid of that, yep. Try again. And then pretty much I can just say all is win, much like in the last level where, hey, if everything's win, I mean, I am something in this level, so there you go. Another good introduction to that, and also a return of empty, which hasn't really been used all too often. I like the idea because it is so weird and abstract, so I guess it makes a lot of sense that it would appear in the abstract world now that I'm saying it like that. Alright, another pretty easy level. Key is open, but I don't really have too much ability to push key right now. Obviously that is afforded to myself up here, but, you know, trying to see how many keys you need to create before you're able to actually push down to this door. Yep, this entire thing is just based around Sokoban puzzling again. You gotta figure out how to get that key in the correct position. And the way you do it is actually very simple. You just do this with the rock and do this. Why? Because then when the key spreads out from this point, there will be one key that appears here. Very easy to push down into the door. You know, I gotta say, I actually really genuinely do like the abstract levels, almost more just because they're not too difficult, basically. This was a nice refresher world after some of the more, especially after something like the Flower Garden, which gave me no end to the strife. As soon as you wrap your head around some of the concepts that are given out here, it's really not too bad at all. Although I suppose maybe that's also just coming from doing a lot of other levels basically prior to this. You know, I got my head in the game. I know exactly what I'm doing when it comes to every one of these puzzles, and it's not even a big deal at all to do them anymore. I would like to think that, yeah, it's like Baba is you. Baba is making Doc smart. And that I do enjoy. So, rock is all means that it creates every single one of the objects on one area. So there's all the loves that I could possibly need. And I guess I really didn't need to have it be move, but whatever. Hey, it works. And then the entire reason why the all is here is so that you can push that away so it stops creating like a million babas that you don't need around here. And also so that you can push this is out. Why? Because you need one more is to make love either move and push, or hey, love, come on, do that. To either make love push and open or open and move. And there we go. Easy as that. Oh, I guess there's a lot of hearts there then. Sure, why not? Hey, you can never have enough love after all. I mean, really, that's all you need. You can... Baba can live the rest of his days just eating hearts from now on. Because love is all you need. That's what that Beatles song was about, right? Alright, so this is another fun example of a introduction of a new concept. So we got lava is more. Lava is hot. Flag is melt. Baba is not melt, thankfully, but... It's like... Oh. Because Baba's also hot. So, nice try being clever like that. Gotta make flags stop melting. Doesn't work. But here, you can already see what the solution is. You notice how the lava does not actually go onto the text? Yep, more, as you saw in that previous level, can only have objects occupy spots that are not already taken. And there you go. And bam, and there you go. A simple level, but like I said, that's one of the things that I like about this world. Switch right back down here. I feel like I should be doing some of the extra levels to kind of break this up, but another weirdo black and white level. I mean, it's an evocative type of design. Oh yes, rock is open, rock has Baba, and all is shut. So if you make anything open, it immediately opens, which is annoying. But I'm going to need a rock because you can see in the upper right corner, Baba on rock is win. And I kind of need to get there first, but the concept is there. It's understandable. Easy to see. And actually, before I do that, I kind of want to move that rock has out of the way. Hey, Baba. I see you have broken out of your rocky prison. Or something. I mean, it says it has, so I guess, like, I don't know, maybe that was, like, carrying a little Baba. The rock was carrying a little Baba in, like, a purse or something? Whatever, who knows. Okay, if you get 2 ises, this is a pretty standard sort of puzzle solution in this game. You can push 2 objects up at the same time to reposition them. I don't really have a specific name for... like, this sort of technique like I do for the Skull House stuff and all that. But there we go. I can also make all is rock, except the thing is rock is stop, or rock is push specifically, so it's a little more difficult to kind of maneuver these guys around, unlike here where you can get them all in the same area. Alright, now I just want Baba to has a... Well, first off, what I would like to do is... Don't want all of these Babas completely in the same location yet. And maybe never, let's be honest here. Alright, so we got Baba is shut. I want Baba to has a rock, because I need a rock somewhere here to actually make this win condition in the first place. Alright, great. Trying to remember what I actually want to do here. Oh yes, there is a second Baba that I can actually use, because I want to make Baba weak, because now that Baba's got a rock, I just need to destroy at least one Baba to get a rock. Then I can make that rock has something, push that somewhere, I don't know. There's definitely several different ways that you can sort of approach this puzzle. So, all right. Now, I don't know, maybe I'll just say, like, rock is you or something. And then walk onto a Baba. Easy. A very free-form level. You don't really get a whole lot of those these days, because there's, like, I feel that the farther you get into the game, the more there's one specific solution to a puzzle that you're supposed to figure out. And it's like when I do also like having a lot of levels that are very... You know, like, you just do whatever. And you can make it work eventually. So, don't want to do that. I mean, it's called Floodgates for a reason. And although you can, because, as I found out before, you can sort of push objects around to block things. It's like I can sort of make some floodgates right now, but that's not really what you're supposed to do, because... You can actually move these walls. It might have taken me a little while to realize that you can move the wall, but once you get that, it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. If I can remember more of the lyrics of that song, I would start singing it. Okay, let's just stop that. Going to want to... Let's all about controlling the flow of these things. Think of it like water. No, wait. It's going to stop it right here and going to make sure that it doesn't go up anymore, I think. Because I just want it to hit that heart and nothing else, because lava is immediately going to... I think I should be okay. Bam, good. All right, floodgates have been successful, and I'm not gonna die. Yeah, I mean, it's like water. You just gotta prevent it from flowing into the correct location, and it's fine. Since it's the turn-based game, not even all that difficult. All right, tons of objects. Like I said, freeform level, and this is maybe the most freeform level that I've seen in quite some time. Also the most black and white. Even the menu isn't black and white, which is something that I noticed when I was first playing this level. Has nothing to do with anything, but I don't know, whatever. All right, so first off, you can see the basic rules that I need to fulfill over here. Got flag on ice is win. All right. Rock on love is weak, and rock has ice. Easy. First off, though, I need to have enough objects to turn into other objects. I need to have enough objects to become those other objects. So there's that. And then with on, once again, I can very carefully sort of pick and choose what's going to become what at any point in time. So, for example, let's just start out rock on love is weak. So let's just say Baba on Baba is love or rock or both. I don't know. How about love? Sure. All right, so there's a love. And now I can just say Baba on love is rock. Create another one of those. Nope. Nice try. Yep, another return of a keyword haven't seen a little bit on, because that is a neat little one, but that hasn't really appeared too much outside of the garden where it originally did stuff. And rock, I guess? Sure. What's like the easiest way to do this? And we'll just like to make like here, I'll just move it up one, why not? I have this ability. It's like there's actually surprisingly very little to this puzzle. It's not a very not a tremendously difficult one here, certainly. But there is a lot of process involved. So let's make a rock. And there's ice, and then I just need one Baba to be a flag, I guess? Sure, so let's just get a couple more Babas out here to make that happen. So Baba on ice is flag, I guess. Oh, no, I guess I can't really say that. Well, Baba on love is flag. There, easy. And another level for the books. Stick it in the can. It's done, baby. And let's cancel that out so I can actually walk on it. And there we go. I guess it's perfectly timed so that you can get every single one of the... all the normal levels and not have to deal with this. Metacognition. Y'all ready for this one? All right, metacognition. First notable thing to see is Baba is word. So what does that mean? Make Baba is defeat right away. I should really stop doing that to poor Baba, but I mean, as always, if you can, why not? So big thing here is that you want key to be word. The objects finally represent the words that they actually are, which is weird. Definitely a thing. Definitely an unusual thing to kind of wrap your head around, but I like to say once you get it, you got it. And you just gotta get, much like the other levels in this world, you just gotta get in the right headspace, and everything kind of falls into place. Alright, rock is hot, Baba is melt, yeah. Let's just kind of undo that for 1 second. And the other thing is that rock is word. So I can just switch this up here to be you. And then I can just switch this up here to be... well, not quite this, but let's just kind of... because KK ain't gonna be doing too much of anything. KK's just kind of hanging out here. And now he's doing things in a much more useful fashion. Alright, and... now I gotta make rock hot first. Right. So let's just get you over here. Level's called Multi-Tool, after all, and this rock is definitely living up to that name. You do have to have it in the correct position, but... again, like I said, as soon as you kind of understand exactly what you need to do, everything falls into place pretty easily. Hey, finally getting some boxcars looking level. Have I ever actually explained why I called, like, six-sided die boxcars? It's an old term for when you roll two six-sided dice when you get a 6 on 2 dice at once. It's, like a super old-fashioned term, but I like it anyway. I was calling the Soul Tyrant attack that all the way back in Hollow Knight, and nobody ever, like, called me out on it, so... I don't know. Anyway, big gimmick here, text is not push, so you can't push text. Which is a problem. However, not too bad, because after all, rock is word. And one of the most fun things to do with teleport is just a bunch of weirdo shenanigans. And I do really like teleport because it is this weird, super exploitable keyword. As long as you know, like, you can make things happen conditionally in ways that on just doesn't do it. There we go. And push that push off of there. Nope, do that the other way around. And there we go. Not a difficult level at all. But like I said, that's one of the things I like about this world. Alley. This is probably the first one that's kind of rough. Because, okay, so we got water is sink eventually over there. However, I would like to say that more than anything else, the one thing you want to look at is right over to your left here, right where KK is looking. That rock. That rock is going to be the thing that's going to screw you up. Because, okay, you can push this rock into the water. You can push that water up if you have water being pushed. Push these things to the sides because obviously you want something like that. You want both things to be pushed at once. Easy to do with the tools given to you. But then there's that final rock. So pretty much the way that you want to approach this puzzle is that you want rock to look like this at all points in time. Essentially. You always want rock to be unpushable, to stop being pushed. And that means that it's not water, that means that it's not rock that is going to be the word, water is going to be the word. Especially because one of the helpful things with water is that with the whole sink mechanic, you can have it destroyed at roughly any point that you could possibly want it to. It is so like the water being pushed down here, it's like I can get rid of that and I can make rock push at just about any point in time that I want. But for right now, we're just gonna do this, get that water being sink. I'm gonna make rock stop being push and get an extra piece of water out here. Why not? But anyway, with rock not being push, bam. And now I can push stuff into that. And I can forget to actually move that water around. Did I screw this up? I think I screwed this up. Okay, so I need rock to... So basically, I need water to stop being pushed, so we're going to do this. And I need rock to start being pushed, so I'm going to do this. Now I need water to start being pushed again, and since I lined it up correctly this time, there we go. You just have to look at what's upcoming and then make the right decisions prior to doing that. All right, KK and Star. Oh, I love this level. This is a great level. Why? Because look, KK is asleep. That is adorable. Look at him. Look at him down the corner there. Like, that is so cute. I love it. You know, after I was just bragging about how easy this level was, I completely forgot how to do it. Anyway, let's just get right on here. All right, so lava is you, baba is you. All you gotta do is make sure that you get that baba being pushed down exactly how it needs to go. So, number one thing I'm going to get baba is you right over here. Pretty much all I need to do is I just need to get that baba on top of where the lava is and then have that. Yeah, that'll work. Check it. Bam. Oh, not even difficult, and yet that somehow tripped me up anyway. So let's get right back in there, just because there is one thing that I want to do. All right, come on. Big money. Oh my god, it's so adorable. Look at it. This was 100% worth it. The prophecy of the end screen has become true. All right, let's get back to the map. Visiting Baba, as you do. As I've been doing daily recently. All right, so we got Tekari. Tekari's only action is to push this into the water. And then a lot of exploitation of words and teleportation and a door working. You know how doors disappear and replace themselves with walls as soon as you go through? Pretty much I got to get through all three objects there so that I can, well, do exactly as the level is called. All right, number one thing. Obviously, word is going to need to encompass a couple different objects. Specifically, fungus and rock, it seems. And bam, and... probably like this, I think I want to do it. I am not mistaken. All right, good. And then pretty much now that I have everything lined up like that, just push you on there. All right, well, let's just undo that to make sure. I didn't realize rock was defeat. There's a lot of objects going on right now, so hard to say exactly what's doing what. All right, fine. I'll just restart that then. We'll do this the way that you want me to. Get this rock on here, number one, and then let's go. Dang, fungus is being pushed. All right, so we just got to get you here. You right here. You replace right here, and there we are. Conditionally making things active and inactive. Bam. And then two more, and we're done. I mean, aside from the part where I am not paying attention to which one is push and which one is not. And... again, much like using shift to make the level interact in weird ways, teleport is pretty much the exact same thing. Also, not is another one that you can do a lot of really fun, funky stuff with. For example, right here. All right, this is a weird one. So we got rock as word, and rock as word is great, but It's like, I don't think it's going to be always that rock needs to be word. Pretty much what we got here is that can't really push around rock, can't really do much of anything with rock. However, what I can do with rock is make it you. And if you're thinking that it's like, yeah, I have the not here, well, if I push both of these in, can't actually make that work. So I gotta pick and choose. Do I want not to be you? I mean, I could technically take not up here and make everything that isn't the rock a word. So, for example, wall is word, wall is baba, because wall's wall does not work. I could maybe do something with a belt, but it's really hard to actually push any sort of objects in here. Like something like belt is you if I could push more objects in here, but the way that the walls work right now can't really do too much with that. So, as much as it would be a good idea, and then obviously stuff like rock is not word or wall is not word, not going to do much of anything for me. So I might be able to do something like wall is word and make not wall is stop if I lined it up correctly, except that we not wall is stop, so that wouldn't even be true. All right, not actually what you need to do. So you, I gotta push you in here. Yeah, there is one level in this place that is difficult to figure out. It is this one. Because it is weird in the way that it works. I mean, like, one of the things I was thinking is that I would have to turn the belt into a rock or into baba, or make the belt you, and then have those move out of the way so that I can freely get back and forth. Because if I make rock you, it's like there is some stuff you can do with that. Not make rock word there, but if I made rock word here... Yeah, here we go. So there's the flag. And the flag is right there and all ready to go, and I can't really do anything with it. Which is why the original thing that I was thinking is that I need to get some way of getting rid of, like, at least this belt, if nothing else. But, like, what would you do with that? Well, you do have that knot. And there is a place where you can put the knot, actually. Specifically, if I were to make wall is word... See, the wall right above this is, which I had when not rock is word, and it tried to turn wall into baba. It's like, that's a place that I could put the knot. Actually make it kind of do something. It's the only real thing that I can get to interact with stuff. The only other one would be not wall is whatever over here as well. Or maybe if I was to push this around again, but like not wall is flag is nothing. That would just turn baba into a flag and not be useful at all. So with not up there, I can push you around. I can make wall is word, and I can make not wall is you, which is effectively the same thing as rock is you, which is sort of useful. I mean, it is actually extremely useful if I were to just make rock word again. Well, make rock word and also make rock... Well, make rock you and rock word and turn it into a flag again. Because again, not wall is you. That does, in fact, include stuff like the flag. And if the flag is you and the flag is win, bingo bango, you know, Bob's your uncle and all that. Air. Bam. And then wall can't be you, but there you go. It is a weird level, and it really just took me realizing that that the knot can only go in that upper area to actually figure that one out. It is the roughest one of the abstract world, but at the same time, I would still say not too bad, all things considered. So, that's every single level except for one left to go. We're pretty rapidly approaching the end of the game. And in my other save file, I'm actually more than 90% through every one of the levels, so it's getting there.